Good morning and welcome to the Tommy E. Watson Show, brought to you by Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers. I'm your host, Doug Dershimer. We're coming to you live from the Sports Lab at Lambert High School, where we're fixing to bring in Coach. Welcome him, Coach. Good morning. Tough loss last night, tough played game, but that's why you strap it up and go.
Yeah, I've been doing this 21 years and won a lot of games, lost a lot of games, but last night, that's probably top 3 games I've ever lost in my career, either as a position coach, a coordinator, or a head coach. But I do not feel that the best team won the football game last night, and that's part of it, man. We talk every week. I come here and probably sounds like a broken record, say the same thing over and over, man. But it's just part of the process, man. When you're trying to build what we're trying to build and teach the kids how to win and learn them how to win, and it just takes time, and we'll learn from it. We'll grow from it as players, as coaches, as a program. And today is Saturday's gonna be a hard day was a hard day for us, man. But come Sunday, we got to get up and go back to work, and got to get the morale back up. Got to get the coaches back excited. Got to get the players back excited, and got to go try to find a way to win another football game.
Coach, I agree with you about your assessment of the game. I think there's no doubt we were the better team last night. Just a couple plays here and there made a difference, like I always do in close games. But the kids still fought hard. They played tough. They played gritty. Had a great comeback there at the end, and just fell a little bit short. But you could see where they didn't quit at all, and they had the drive to try to finish it. We just came up a little bit short.
Yeah, the kids did play hard the entire game, and it boils down to 3 plays. And I'm not going to sit here and point fingers at this position or this coach or that. 3 plays go our way, we win the football game.
Correct.
End of story. But they didn't, so the sun came up Saturday morning, and hopefully it comes up Sunday, Monday morning, and we'll find a way. We're
going to work, and we still have a great opportunity to make the playoffs, and in front of us, and I know you guys will have a great week of practice, and we'll make it go from there. Coach, the first half last night was really pretty dominant by the Longhorns. We had some great field position throughout the first half. Didn't always take advantage of it, but put ourselves in a position to take an early lead.
Yeah, they are. I think they're top 4 or 5 teams in the state of Georgia on points allowed defensively. They got a very good defense. They attack, and the secondary was really good, and they was as good as advertised. It was hard to get a beat on them on the sideline. They lined up in about 3 different fronts, and it seemed like it was a different front every snap, and couldn't really put our hands dead on what they were doing. But in the first half, we definitely left probably 7 or 10 points out there for sure. And then we gave them a cheap field goal
we did
right before the half. We had a little drop ball with under a minute to go to stop the clock, and then we have a bad punt. We have a bad snap for the punt, and the punter's fumbling around and shanks the punt and gives them great field position. They got a great kicker too, so
he did a good job.
That was that was kind of a shift in the momentum, but it is what it is. Like I said, we'll learn from it. We'll grow from it. Defensively, I decided to take the ball because I felt like their offense couldn't really move the ball on us, and so I feel like we could get really good field position by going out and stopping them. Ryan kick it in the end zone, and we come out and stop them, and we'd have good field position, and it worked out. Defense went out the first series and played great.
3 and out.
3 and out.
I believe we put them in behind the. I think it was the 3rd and 12 or 13, right after the third play, but they came out and stuffed them right away.
Yeah, they come out trying to throw it, and both our corners played really well. Knocked down two quick games pass, and we come out. We went into the game trying to get James on the edge, running some bootlegs, and they play man coverage every play. So we was just trying to get the eyes in the wrong place and misdirection them, if you will, and it worked out pretty good for us. And we had took the opening drive against, like I said, I think they're the number 3 defense in the state of Georgia, and took it right down the field.
We did.
And
then we had great field position to start. We had a 4-play drive, and then unfortunately we put it on the ground.
Yeah, we hadn't turned the ball over in 4 weeks, and again, it goes right back to the things we say, the recipe to win. Team that plays the hardest, hits the hardest, and takes care of the ball. And we didn't do that last night. And the fumble cost us an opportunity for some points. I mean, we were in field goal range at that time. Not saying we would have made it, or we might have went on down and scored. Who knows? Defense played well first half, and they come out in the second half. And we hadn't really seen them do what they did and just line up. And they'd been wanting to throw the ball all year. And they come out in the second half, and, they tried to make us like to run, and they did. Running the offense, man, looked really good at times against a really good defense. And then at other times that, you could tell they were really good as well. Run a little double slants right here with a wheel route out of Ethan out of the backfield, just trying to pick them. And, James makes a good throw. Kojo makes a good catch. Line does well. Longhorns up 7-0.
Yeah, 7-0, Coach. Early in the second quarter, 11:52 left in the quarter. We took the lead 7-0.
Here we line up in a little kind of a trick play that, if you will, that they had showed on film. They didn't cover the tight ends at all times, but they actually played this one really good. We hit them on another one later in the second half where the tight end was wide open. But James back there just being Houdini, man.
Yeah, there he goes.
Him up, just get the ball. Great play out of him. Good snap, good punt, get them pinned way down deep, man. I was really –
This was, on the half-yard line, Coach. Yeah, it was really, really great punt.
I felt like we would get them we'd get them stopped right here, and we'd get the ball back and have a chance to go up, another score.
I figured we held them here. I was talking to Coach Moore on the sideline. If we held them there, I thought we'd get the ball on about the 40-yard line after the punt, and we did.
Yep.
And great defense on the Horns on this series.
Yep, it sure was. Great special teams, great defense. We got great field position back at the 45, first and 45. You get those opportunities, you got to take advantage of it. And, we come out and took a shot with that great field position right now. I mean, Kojo actually come to the sideline to possession before and told me, he said, Coach, when you put the tight end to my side, they're playing me one-on-one man coverage with no underneath help. And as soon as he told me that, I said, well, let's take a shot on 1st and 10. And we did. And, again, I can't question the referee, but I don't know, man. That ain't
Coach,
bad. That's not pushing.
You don't have to say anything. I'll go ahead and speak for you. I won't get fined. But, Coach, this is maybe the biggest play of the game, honestly. We're up 7-0. We get the ball down there deep to Kojo. We're going to have the 1st and goal from the 5. We have a little flag comes out, and I was right down there on the literally parallel to where that play was. And, Kojo kind of defended himself a little bit from the pass. It was certainly, from my opinion, and I can be honest, it wasn't pass interference. But they called it. Unfortunately, that's how it goes. And so instead of having it 1st and goal from the 5, I believe we had it 1st and goal from first down from our and 25 from our 35. So that's a big play. No question. That flag came out really early, but we're not going to whine about the flags, but it was definitely a difficult call at a very difficult time in the game.
It was. That's tough to look at, man. And I don't know. You work so hard, and kids work so hard. You hate to see a play like that in a game of this magnitude go away because of something like that. For sure,
agree.
But again, defense went out and played well, man. Even though we put them in a bad situation, they come out and played well the whole first half. Really, man, just getting out there, playing the way we like to play.
Coach, they had very few plays on our side of the field the first half. Defense really was swarming. They were playing well.
Man. I'm proud of them. We got to find a way. If you go back and last week we played great defense the first half, and then the second half we come out and gave up some plays, gave up some points. So we got to identify what's going on from halftime to third and fourth quarter. There's a letdown happening, and it starts with me. And I assure you, we got to get that fixed, and we're going to try to get it fixed for sure. This was a big turning point in the game too.
Yeah.
We got the ball back with 1:25 to go. And my thought process was just to kind of run out the clock, if you will, and they had a couple timeouts either way you look at it, but I said, let's just be smart. Let's just go into halftime with a 7-0 lead. We're on the road, hostile environment, good football team, great defense, and
we get the ball in the second half
we
too.
get the ball right back. So
I thought you might put to the pedal a little bit, but I understand your thinking there.
Well, it was just I didn't want to do nothing.
Exactly, that deep in our territory.
Yeah, and then we drop a little pass on second down. It stops the clock for them, and then we doggone have a little fumble around with the snap and we shank a punt, and they get great field position, and they got a field goal kicker about like ours. He's a weapon, but so that was a momentum swing too. That gave them hope,
It did,
because I was, I could imagine that they were thinking in their locker room, if one more score will win it for us, because they can't score on us. So
exactly
gave them hope, and I don't know.
We had a little special teams, punt didn't go very far, and actually the punt put them almost in field goal position right away with their kicker, and with 6 seconds to play in the first half, they knocked it through, I think, from about 42 yards. It made it 7-3 halftime. And as you said, gave them a little bit of momentum, and in a game like this, points are valuable. We talked last week how we thought it would be a low-scoring game, and it was, but at the end of the first half, it was Longhorns 7 and Denmark Danes 3. Coach, second half was a tale of possessions for us. We didn't have many possessions, but we did take it down on our first possession, and then drove the ball down there pretty good.
Yeah, we made a couple of little tweaks that we was gonna come out and do this at the halftime, and it worked. We went right down the field, and we ran a couple quarterback runs right off the rip to get the momentum going. Ran the inside zone several times early in the drive. Just kind of 3 and 4 yard on the depths. You wasn't gonna get a whole lot of big plays on this defense running the ball. So, but the plan worked. What we come up with at halftime, we went right down and scored, and we got it down there close, and we had a little wheel right out the backfield where that was kind of open and wide open, and we didn't make the play. Kind of. And then we come out to try a little chip shot field goal, and we missed the field goal, man. So like you said, it was a tale of possessions, man. We had 4 possessions second half. They took the ball and just kept the ball away from us, and I'm pretty sure that was part of the plan to kind of keep our wideouts off the field, if you will, our offense off the field, because we were close to first half.
Yeah. From
really busting the game open. I mean, after sitting back and really evaluating and thinking about what happened, there's no doubt in my mind we should have had 17 points in the first half.
Completely concur.
Should ain't gonna do nothing.
No, it's not. And we only got 7, but this play here from James to Darren was a beautiful play.
Yeah.
To set us up for that field goal attempt. It was a 45 yard play, I think, and James threw it down there, and Darren came up with a really beautiful catch. Hang on to it, almost dropped that at the end there. Was standing right there on the 20-yard line when he caught that ball. Great job keeping on hold of that.
Yeah, it was for sure. Good throw, good catch, good protection. Just running a little gap scheme here, good play. I think it's first down, and we get 5-6 yards on first down, running right at them. Good job by the O-line.
Coach, on right before our attempted field goal there, we like I said, we had a little wheel route there that James didn't quite get his feet set and just a little off balance, and had to toss it to ET and just didn't complete it. But that would have made a big difference there. But we didn't execute that play, and then we unfortunately missed the field goal, and it's still remained, and the score was 7-3 at that point.
Yeah,
could have gone up 14-3 or 10-3, and in reality, we missed our field goal. They made theirs, and that was a big play.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if we make the play to go up 14-3, the game may be over.
I agree with that.
Because
they weren't.
That would have forced them to probably throw the ball. That's something that they got a sophomore quarterback, and I think their wideouts are good players, but I don't think they were great. And instead, it gave them life, man. They said, you know what, we can take the ball out. We're fixing to take their eye out of the ball and take the ball away from their offense and play inside drill. And we didn't respond very well to it. But
Coach, we had one possession in the third quarter. That's pretty unusual.
Yeah, it is, and that was the opening possession.
Yeah, it was.
If we hadn't got the second half kickoff, we might not have got none. But here, this was something we seen on film that we was just gonna line up and bounce the running back out and get the corner off tight end. They struggle covering the tight end, all season. We've seen them multiple times leave it open, and they got a guy. They recognize it. They got him in position. Luke just runs right by him, and James makes a good throw, and Luke makes a great catch, and here we go. Good play for sure. Well, that's about all the highlights for the second half. So we ain't. But it was. I don't know, man. It's again. I said at the start of the show. This one hurts.
Yeah.
There ain't no I went to bed miserable Friday night. I woke up Saturday morning miserable. And I'm going to be miserable until I see them kids at Sunday at 2 o'clock. You know, I mean, it's my wife and son and daughter vouch for this. Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday at the Watson house it was like somebody died.
Yeah.
And, man, we just, I hate it for the kids. I hate it for the coaches. I hate it for the school. And it's hard. But at the end of the day, I had to do full circle and remember where we was at when I first got here. And,
right.
Last year this team beat us, I think, 52-14.
They put it on us.
If I'm not mistaken. And we're closing the gap, man. But it's just a process. I go back. I say it every week. I go back to our sub-varsity, this past week, man, the sub-varsity. In a driving rainstorm, the JV team went up and tied North Forsyth. The ninth grade team beat North Forsyth 35-6 or 7. So it's turning, man. I promise it's turning. And I still believe the day's coming that there ain't nobody going to want to play us around this area. But it's hard. It's hard sitting there keep saying the same thing over and over. Coach,
I think what you're bringing to to you and your staff and the players, and like they always say, when you hate to lose more than you love to win.
Yeah,
and we all love to win, but you know how the saying goes. It's painful when it hurts, and I'm glad that it hurts because that means it means something. It does, and just didn't go our way last night. On Friday night for the Horns, but the final score. 17-14, then Marc Danes over to the Lambert Longhorns. And Coach, no time to rest. We got a big one coming into town on Friday night. North Forsyth, the Raiders are coming to town, the Purple Nation, and got an opportunity to put a win back on the board and get ourselves back in good position again.
Yeah, we went against North this summer, man, and I've seen them on film. I watched. We studied. They played Denmark already early before we played them, and that was one of the games that we studied and broke down. And man, they're impressive. They are huge. They got a running back that's probably 250 pounds, and they're physical, man. And I imagine they're gonna look at that game from Friday night against Denmark, and they probably licking their chops, saying we're just gonna run right at these little suckers. But and we're beat up. We had a couple. Kojo got wounded up again last night. Darren guys got wounded up. Joe Tripp, I found out Saturday morning he's one of our starting inside linebackers. He broke his foot.
He broke his foot?
He did.
Oh, goodness.
Just found out. But
you got Dawson playing on one leg back there.
Yeah, Dawson. He's getting better and better. He'll be fine, I think. But it's going to be a tough task, man. Offensively, what they do is tough, man. They one play, and they don't change people to do it. I mean, one play, they'll be in 2 tight ends with a fullback with 1 wide receiver on first down, and then on second down, they may be in 4 wide with the same people.
They mix it up.
That is hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And, they lost to Denmark.
They did.
But just like us, the best team didn't win the game, in my opinion. Denmark had 2 pick sixes.
2 pick sixes, right, yep.
So it's going to be that's a challenge.
It is.
I think North's got a fantastic football team. Coach Kraft does a great job, and they coach those kids hard, man. It's we're going to have to play. We ain't got time to feel sorry for ourselves, I tell you that.
They don't. They beat Central on Friday night, I think 23-0, and South beat West, Coach, and the standings are still a little crazy. They really are.
It is. We talked about it the other day.
Yeah. You better be ready to play in this region.
Anybody in this region can beat anybody on any given night. There ain't no time to, think you're better than everybody else or think you ain't got you got to play.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Well, Coach, we're looking forward to everybody to come out on Friday night. We need a big crowd support. We know our cheerleaders and our band and our student section will be there. We need a lot of parent support. We need a lot of community support, and hopefully we can get that out there and come out with the victory. I know you guys are going to have a great week of practice, and that losing is difficult. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And the only way to get that out is get out there and work hard and make it happen again. So we look forward to a game on Friday night, and let's get that victory. Yeah,
this is this will be the last time the senior football players, the senior cheerleaders, the senior band members, any of those people play a regular season game at the Horn. So, man, that's pretty big, pretty important, and we got to try to make sure that all of them go out with they got a good memory of winning a football game that night. So it's a lot on the line, man. A lot of playoff implications still on the line. So we just got to play, man. We got to get healed up. We got to put this loss behind us, and we got to go.
Well, Coach, appreciate you joining us this morning. We thank you all for joining us. Again, you can catch us at the Tommy Watson Show every Sunday morning on Twitter. Look forward to you tuning in. So for Coach Watson, this is Doug Dershimer. We will see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Hook 'em, baby.
Hook 'em.